Okay, Jason in Ohio. Hi, Jason. What's up?
Hey, hi, fellas. If I can, I'd like to give my thoughts as a non-fan of either team, just an objective view of the game. I thought it was a great game, especially the second half. Great defensive game. Both teams gritted it out. There were stops when they needed to. They coughed it up, and it just happened to go KC's way. You got, the national media would say, San Francisco had the most talent, but nobody wanted to bet against Mahomes. So you're dealing with football's greatest player, and it just happened not to go your way. And when you can't, I don't think you can really blame anybody or say this would have happened, that would have. Those are no guarantees that they would have gone right, that you'd won the game. So I just think everybody should just buck up and try to get over the grief and not let it rob your joy of life.
Jason, did you bring peanut butter and jelly sandwiches to the players after the game?
With the crust cut off.
It's Nick in Ohio, by the way.
Oh, Nick. Hey, Lucas, the word Jason and Nick are not the same thing. Wow. But anyway, Nick, thank you.
Thanks, Nick.
On.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, not my fault. Thank you.
No, all good.
Well, if Nick's in Ohio, he's probably a fan of an Ohio team, which
Browns
means
or
they
Bengals.
never win. So
they did when they play the Niners this year.
Not the big thing.
No, not the
big game. So
that was nice of Nick to call in, and I actually agree with just about everything he said, but there's also no room for that today.
No room for rational.
They were good, and they were good.
Exactly.
And then
Orange
one of them
slices
won.
and Capri Sun.
And the round of applause for the gladiators who have entered the arena.
Are you praising Mahomes or are you ripping Shanahan? Line him up. I mean,
I'm praising Mahomes.
Yeah, I think it's more, for me, it's more praising Mahomes, but there is still, I have some room in my heart. Maybe it's the dark part of my heart to rip Shanahan.
I didn't know there was another part.
Yeah, come on, kid.
I didn't know.
You've seen me with my daughter.
Yeah, but outside of that.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're here, she's not here.
Whatever.
So it's just.
I'm all sunshine and lollipops.
Prince of darkness.
Next to you, shout out Amy Trask. Next to you, anybody looks like Dr. Negatron. Yeah, it's not, folks. It's just another one of these flavored waters. Hi, I'm Mark Willard, and oh boy, I'm all hopped up on sugar.
I got cranberry hibiscus today.
I like it.
Cranberry hibiscus.
Yeah. Throwing some vodka in that bad boy, and then we're talking.
You won't.
That's how I got through the game last night.
Let's go to Jonathan in the city. Hi, Jonathan. You all right, man?
Man.
Yeah, it hurts so bad. It's like soul breaking. It's a series of events for me. It started with a special teams fumble that opened the door for the Kansas City. Before that, Patrick Mahomes wasn't doing anything but a bunch of 3-and-outs and just 3 points. Late in the game, 3rd and 4, a better play call would have sealed the game for us. Killed the clock, kicked a cheap shot field goal, parade. In overtime, leaving Chris Jones unblocked. That was horrible. And then how you're not prepared to defend and be aware of the corn dog, right? And if I may, just to close out my 49ers 2024 season, we've spent all our time waiting for that second chance, for a break that'll make it okay. There's always some reason to feel not good enough. And it's hard at the end of the day. I need some distraction. Let's go Warriors.
Okay, yeah. Dubs coming up in a bit. How about those Warriors? Jonathan, thanks. Although I did hear one contradiction in what Jonathan had to say. 3rd and 4, he says a better play call gets it done. 2 sentences later, he says leaving Chris Jones unblocked is unacceptable. Well, you just answered your own question. I think it was a tremendous play call. There were 2 wide receivers open in the end zone.
Yep.
And leaving Chris Jones unblocked was a blown assignment by Jake Brendel, and the 49ers lost the game. Now, there's no one play that I'm going to say, well, that's why they lost the game. But yeah, that's not on anyone but Jake Brendel. He blew an assignment, and it disallowed Brock Purdy from completing a pass to either of the 2 wide open receivers who would have scored. we can do this. There were 7 plays where you could at least where you go, well, if that goes the other way, the game might have been different.
Well, say that expression again.
There were at least
Blown assignment.
Yeah, blown assignment.
Blown assignment. And if you want to talk about who blew more assignments, who made more mistakes, the Niners made more mistakes than the Chiefs. And the turnovers were even.
I don't know if I agree with you.
The Niners.
The Chiefs fumbled the ball 4 times.
The Niners penalized themselves out of 2 drives in the second half.
And the Chiefs penalized themselves out of a 3 and out to open overtime.
Right.
I mean,
that was one penalty. The penalties, the Niners were way sloppier on penalties.
I mean,
and the turnovers were even.
What was the penalty tally? I don't disagree with you. I'm just saying the Chiefs were not perfect.
No, they weren't.
God, they were not even close to perfect in this game.
Penalties were 6 apiece.
Okay.
55 for the Chiefs in yardage, 40 for the Niners. I'm thinking about just the way the Niners penalties came, though.
But we
think about it in those
we
terms,
remember what our team does wrong, and we act like the other team is not out there doing something to them. It just
don't
always
even remember the Chiefs penalties.
Well,
you mentioned
remember,
the one in overtime.
You remember the defensive
holding.
hold.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I'm trying to remember the other penalties and whether or not they were consequential or not.
Any others that were like very, very consequential? They did have one somewhat large play get called back. I think it was a hold.
Yeah.
I think there was a hold on offense. Yeah,
they had the awkward horse collar tackle.
Oh, the horse collar.
collar.
That was
15.
big. That was big. 15. That's why the yardage is
Mahomes also the intentional grounding that took away a sack.
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good call.
There you
Good call,
go.
Grandy.
Yeah,
Thank
good
you.
memory. Yeah, so again, it just here's one thing. And it just makes me laugh. Just indulge me for a second, right? Okay. The 49ers, whenever they make a mistake on offense, it's you choked, you gave them the game, you messed up. And then the very next sentence will go, but our defense was out there playing. Well, so was theirs. So not like in other words, how come when the Chiefs offense, which is run by the best player in the game and a Super Bowl winning coach, when they don't get first downs, which they repeatedly did in this game, we don't go, well, their offense is turtled up and they don't know how to call a play and they don't know the right situational play calling. Andy Reid. No, these are great football teams. They're great football. You have to, in this case, there's got to be some room for credit the Chiefs.
For sure.
There's got to be.
And I think that our poll on Twitter is a great one in terms of, what's the one thing you look at in terms of blame. And right now it's running almost in a dead heat between crediting Mahomes or blaming Shanahan.
I'm laughing because Lucas is now celebrating because you called it a great poll.
And you don't like it.
Well, I think the other 2 answers are not answers that anybody would point to. Nobody's blaming Brock Purdy for this game.
3% of the people are.
Either they hit the wrong button or they're wackadoodles with an agenda. Period. Nobody's blamed Brock Purdy for this game. What on earth?
Brock Purdy.
Yeah, or Brock Purdy.
I think Cam Newton's one of those 3%.
Yeah, exactly.
Blaming
Cam's
Brock
on
Purdy.
the poll.
Yep.
Brock Purdy.